everyone? Some of you probably saying, where have you been? Let me try to straighten this out. Oh, how can I do this? I want it to be sideways like this. Can't get my steering wheel down. It doesn't go down low enough. No, it's not going to work. Anyway, so how is everyone doing? As for the title, you see, I am talking about Lyft today. Let me tell you, Lyft is doing some things. I am out here now. Let's see here. Lyft is doing a lot of updating on their apps that is really, to me, it's like, wow. And I'm quite sure Uber is going to, tap into it or try to tap into it or however that goes. But as for Lyft, they're working on the app to allow you to pre-schedule your rides, like a week ahead. Let's say I have, I need a ride next Wednesday, June 21st. Okay. I'm able to go onto the Lyft app and request a ride for June the 21st. Then Lyft will send out the notice to their drivers. I'm thinking within that area. That's what I'm thinking, because it seems like if they just put a mass availability out there, I'm not sure, because somebody who may live a little bit further might be first come, first serve kind of thing, but they might be 15, 20 minutes out, and you're maybe 5 to 3 minutes out. So maybe they will give it to the one who's closest. They're not really clear on how they're going to do that part because they're still working on it, and I didn't see anything in reference to their step-by-step how to do this. But it is in the making, and they haven't gone live yet. So what they're going to do is allow the passengers to pre-schedule. Then you, as the driver, you will have the opportunity to pick which one you want to accept. Then you have your schedule already mapped out, in a week in advance. It's like, instead of every day you're going out and you're trying to figure, okay, should I go to the airport? Should I go to the mall? Should I go to apartment complex? It's like, where do I go? Where do I go? But this way, you are able to, you can be at home when you see it, you can be in a car, you can be anywhere where your phone is and accept rides or schedule yourself for particular rides that the passenger has already requested, in advance. I was like, for real? They sent me an email to tell me about that. And if you haven't heard about it, check your email if you get Lyft emails, and check it out. That's why I put my code out there, because that's a great opportunity for not only new Lyft drivers, but Lyft drivers or passengers who want to become Lyft drivers. And also you can use my code for if you want to ride, with Lyft. So I was like, wow, that is really interesting. So just look out for Lyft. Lyft is coming up, and it's coming up strong. I'm finding them being pretty much in the same location where Uber is, but Lyft call it prime time, whereas Uber has a different name for theirs. But I'm finding Lyft is within that same area, which give people options. It really does. And people want options. After the situations have occurred with Uber, a lot of people have deleted their apps and things of that nature, and they're going with Lyft. And a lot of passengers I've met, they say that they like Lyft drivers compared to Uber drivers. They say Lyft drivers are very nice and they feel more comfortable around them, whereas with the Uber drivers, they don't. I'm saying to myself, well, I drive for both. and my personality is the same. So keep in mind that's individual, opinion. So that's the way that is in life. So that's that. But I just think that is very cute how some passengers they begin to like, this is an Uber driver. No, he or she, I don't know. They just disrespectful. They this, they that, and then you have a Lyft driver and the passenger said, oh, they're very nice. And another thing, I believe in how colors will affect moods. Now keep in mind, pink, soft, comfortable, light and fluffy, where black is strong, domineering, and kind of like forceful in a sense. So, I'm like, maybe it has something to do with the color of the logos or something. I don't know. But I just thought that was just really nice to just to hear the passengers talk about that. I was just like, wow. But just keep your eyes on Lyft. Lyft is moving forward. The Lyft is even more organized. Lyft is doing some things. They're doing some things, and I am glad to be a part of that team. Yeah, I'm glad to be a part of that team too, And I'm also glad about how we as drivers, we can set our own schedule. We have a lot of freedom. However, the most of the negative people say is wear and tear on your vehicle, your expense, and so on and so forth. Now we know, and I know that's going to be different for everybody because everybody have different vehicles. Some people drive more than others. Some people, gas prices is lower or higher than others. Some people, from just the way they condition themselves, they already have account for maintenance for a vehicle in general. Because really, to be honest, we need that. You need, even if you weren't driving for Uber or Lyft, you still need a maintenance account because you will have wear and tear on your vehicle sooner or later. Even if your vehicle sit 2, 3, or 4 days out of a week, sooner or later a belt will dry out. Sooner or later you're going to need it cleaned, because dust, piling, whatever, you're going to need it cleaned. You're going to need to clean the upholstery in it because people will be getting in it. You're going to be getting in it. You're going to be carrying things, bags, so on and so forth. Things that are outside will be coming inside because they're attached to not only your clothing, your shoes, your grocery bags, book bags, pocketbooks. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. So it's not like if you don't drive for Uber or Lyft, you will not have a maintenance bill. Well, you will. Now, it might not be as much, of course, but I say this. How can I say this? I'm just going to say it. Even with the wear and tear, with the regular, the regular maintenance, you're going to need tires. That's just the way that is. I still love the freedom that I have to make money. Do I make a whole lot of money? Well, no, I don't. Do people make a whole lot of money? Yeah, some do. I'm just not that person. However, the freedom that I have to make the amount that I can make is priceless for me. I love that freedom. I can go here, I can go there. I find myself exploring places that I've never been before. I find myself meeting, and I've said this before in previous videos, I found myself meeting new people, not so much as exchanging phone numbers and building a friendship, but just being cordial within that moment that you are in the vehicle. And the conversations are very good, and the atmosphere is good. So, like now, I have to get my vehicle checked out. Matter of fact, one of my windows I was in a particular neighborhood, not going to say the name, and someone drove by and shot my window with a BB gun. I was driving at the same time, and I was just so happy that it did not hit me, because that would have caused an accident. And then, they might not have found the BBs. They would have tried to figure out, okay, what happened? Like, why did this lady run into this car, and this car is up on this hill and ran over a tree? You know what I mean? It could have really been a negative effect, and it wasn't. And I'm very grateful for that. So I have to get that fixed. So, but does that happen because you were driving for Uber or you were driving for Lyft? No, it was just, I was out here in a particular area, and not really, it wasn't even the area, to be honest with you. It's just that the particular person was in a car and drove by and did that. And, and it's like, oh, okay, will Uber pay for that? Well, no, they won't, and my deductible is like $500, but to get the glass replaced, it's less than that. So I'm not going to pay a deductible for $500. I'm just going to pay the price to get the window replaced. Actually, it's going to be replaced, not repaired. So things like that happens. You could be on a highway and a pebble or rock can fall from a truck that may not have it wrapped, covered properly, and it crack your windshield. Can you say it's because I was out here driving for the ride share? This is why it happened? No, you can't. You can't say that. It's just that you were there at that particular time when that particular pebble, rock, stone flew off the truck and hit your car. What can you say? Yeah, you have people who slam your doors. Some do, some don't. But that can be altered. I'll get the door, or my doors shut pretty tight with just a little pressure. Just educate them. Now, if they be after all that and they just like boom, then Houston, we have a problem. Like, okay, ma'am, sir, and then you just keep moving on. Don't let your last ride be a bad ride, right? And you just keep moving on. But I still like the ride share business. One thing I will say, I would love to see the money that was made when they first started. A lot of you been drivers for Uber and Lyft for a long time in their beginnings, and pricing was different. And I can only imagine the dip that you saw in its feeling. But the new drivers coming in, we only have knowledge of it. We don't have an experience of that. So I can understand that can be pretty hard. But I would love to see more money given to us as the drivers. Do I want the passengers to suffer or have to pay more? No, not really, no. But I put it this way. If you put a tip app on Uber, because Lyft has it, and the passengers that I get for Lyft, they actually use it. They can put $2, $3, $1. They can put 50 cents, whatever, but not to give the passengers the option to give a tip or not. I think that should be in the hands of the passengers, not in the hand of Uber to say, in other words, you don't have to tip them. Well, think about it. A tip is good. A tip can be utilized. A tip can go to getting your car washed, getting nice little fragrance that is not allergenic, that people are not allergic to, something that's calm, vacuuming your vehicle, just little things that you can use for a tip. Get lunch, get a little breakfast, get something to drink when it's hot out here, or something hot to drink when it's cold out. What I'm saying is, a tip is not a bad thing. And I will guarantee, I believe, I'll put it this way, I believe that if the tip option was there, people would use it. They would use it. Now, okay, I understand you get a tip and it's documented. That's a part of your income. So that can be an issue. Because should it get taxed or not? So that's an issue in terms of that, because that puts you in another tax bracket. But if you have maintenance and this is your business, that you can, you can write off certain things on for taxes, it might not be that bad. Because when it comes to Lyft this year, for me, it wasn't bad at all. And this is like, I haven't even been with Lyft and Uber for a whole year yet. It's only been about 9 months, maybe something like that. And no, hold on. June, July. No, it's been July will be my year. July will be my year. And I had an adjustment period when it came to driving in the beginning. Oh my gosh, I was so like, really? It was a culture shock, meaning the way things are done. But now, man, please. I'll get in the car. I know certain places I'll go. But I'm not saying like I'm so woohoo. I can go here, there. I'm like this. I'm like, no, no. Baltimore is a big place. But Maryland is a big place with a lot of cities in it. DC, Virginia. So I can't say I have been everywhere, because that would be a lie. A lie. So, it's a good thing. It really is. Hi there. I don't know who's that watching, but hi. I just have to come on. It's been a while since I've been on here, so I just wanted to come and share some of the things that I've heard about and all that kind of good stuff. And to say, if you want to be a driver, be a driver. You're going to hear this. Even if you're not driving, you're going to hear this. You're going to see stuff on television about the Uber owner and so on and so forth. But overall, it's a good idea and it is beneficial. But you have to get out there. When I say you have to get out there, you have to be present to get the request. I have the Riders app as well as the Driver app for both Lyft and Uber, because I have an account with both. So if I don't want to drive, I can get a ride. And with the ride, you still have the same. You can see where cars are, and with the Riders app, it gives you the category of the Lux, the Premier, and like the Uber X, but this with Lyft. And so they still give you the categories, and they give you the time, like how many minutes each car is for you that you want to request. So that's beneficial. I can use that. I can be anywhere. If I'm just out, I can just pull up the Lyft Riders app, and it'll tell me where the cars are, how far are they from me, and I can just pick whatever, put an address in there and get picked up. Same with the Uber Rider app. Same thing. And that's good for me, because it gives you the flexibility, and it also helps you to understand the Rider app, because sometimes some passengers, they don't really understand it. Some, they don't know how to add the different trips. Like with Lyft, you can add up to 2 trips. Uber, they're doing, I believe it was up to 3 trips. that passenger. It's not for everybody yet. It's certain people will have that opportunity to do that. And I guess they would see that as a test run and see how well it goes. I don't know. Um, but they do have that, but it's for certain people. But with Lyft, you can do up to 2. But some people don't know how to even change their destination. They don't know how to tip with the Lyft app. It's a lot of things they don't know. But if you have the Riders app for Uber and Lyft, it educates you so that you're able to educate the passengers. Because there are a lot of people, they're not tech savvy. You know, they have it, they'll say my grandson, my granddaughter did this, or my daughter did this, so on and so forth. I don't know. I just, put my address in and this is where I am. And that's how they do it. But anything else, they don't know. So if you know, you can help them, So it's like, it's a benefit, and I appreciate the drivers as well as being a rider when it comes to Lyft and Uber. You do come across some characters, of course, but that's anywhere. That's anywhere you go. I mean, like, really, anywhere you go, you have characters that might not be equal to your character. I mean, but overall, it is a good thing. The freedom is there. You don't have no overhead. You don't have no pressure. You don't have any demands. You have a policy, of course. And you can punch out when you want. You can take your lunch as long as you want to. And it's like they say, when you're ready to work, turn the app on. If you don't want to work, don't turn it on. It's just that simple. No strings attached, no occurrences, none of that. You're not going to be half occurrence because you called out or you worked a half a day. None of that. Oh, I only want to do 30 minutes. You mean you came here and you're supposed to be doing an 8-hour job and you're only going to do 30 minutes? Oh, no, no, that's not happening. As a rideshare driver, you can do 30 minutes. You can do 5 minutes if you want. I'm just saying. You can do an hour. You can do whatever you want to do and shut it down. And no one is going to be like questioning you. Like, are you going to be on lunch break for 2 hours now? Oh, you're going to the doctor's too while you're working? None of that. You can do, the schedule is, it's like, wow. And then some people, they have fleets. They have other partners that they can depend on. They want money too. They are of like mind. They are on that particular person's account, and they are out there as a fleet, as a group of drivers at a particular area there. Some have more cars than others, and they're there. So it's just, you can really do a lot of things with it. You really can. The options are so open that it is amazing. It really is amazing. Let's see. No, I don't see anything there. Okay, so yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and go, and I'm gonna come back again. I have a story to tell about a driver for Uber and how would you deal with it situation. All right, guys. All right, talk to you later. Don't let your last ride be a bad one. And when you hear the ping, it still does mean cha-ching. It might be a little low, cha-ching, but it's still a cha-ching. So it's all good, guys. It's all good. The people who are drivers, you know why you're driving. Don't let no one take that away from you. Don't not even the CEO of Uber, don't let them take that away from you. We will have to come together and make it work for us, okay? Because it is a lot of benefits to this. It is. All right, guys, take care.